What's up, guys? Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we've got a brand new clan versus clan with personal rewards. And today I want to talk about what are the best ways and the worst ways to get points for clan versus clan. So what I'm gonna do is, if you follow along here, we go to the CVC tournament itself. And as you can see, my clan is ahead, which is great. We've actually won the last two, I think. And we're on our way to 3 in a row, which is great. Because in the past we've done a lot of losing, but looks like we're getting a little bit better. And let's go down to objectives. And if you look at the objectives, you can get point breakdowns for every single thing that you can do to get points in CVC. Now, as you can see, I'm at 92,000 points. Normally, I wait to do as much as I can for this type of video, but I had to get some points on the board. There's too much to do, too little time. I was kind of behind on some other things. I had a lot to do. So this recording is a little bit later in the day than I'm used to, but I am going to be able to get to 400,000 points. Maybe not today, but by the end of tomorrow. As you can see, personal rewards, I am tier 6, which means that I need 400,000 points in order to get this sacred shard and 2 void shards, plus a 3rd void shard, plus a 4th void shard, plus a couple of blue shards. But most importantly, I want to get, well, those are all good, but I also want to get this energy. Look at all that energy, 2,400 energy. So I'm really hoping that I can get to that 400,000 points and that we win. How do we do it? How do we get those points? You can see I'm at 92,000 points, and I'll explain how I got there. But that's obviously, I'm almost a quarter of the way to the 400,000 that I need. I'll get there, no big deal. Now let's talk about how we get points. First option, champion objectives. This is one that I don't typically recommend. You can pull shards. You can go and you can summon as much as you like and you get tons of points, especially if you get brand new legendaries, brand new mythicals. You're going to get a ton of points. But don't do that. Typically, you don't want to do that. You want to save your shards for better events, better than CVC. You want to save them for fusions, for guaranteeds, for 1+1. You don't want to do it during CVC unless there's a progressive chance for a champion that you really want and you are on pity. Now, fortunately, none of these champions are really necessary. If you want to get a Kaimar, okay. If you're at pity, you have a ×15 chance of getting Kaimar. Still not great chances, but it could happen. I don't typically recommend this. Now, there was an exception today, and that has to do with the low-key chase. Now, I did not log in at reset yesterday. Reset is at 5 p.m. my time here on the west coast of America. And so I just didn't play until CVC started. Like 8 hours, 9 hours later. I just waited until I woke up today. Then I logged in and I got a free 30,000 points. I don't like to do that. I'd rather be playing the game, doing my dailies. You get a ton of points just for doing that. A few of my clanmates did that. There are workarounds where you don't have to do it that way, but it was just easier for me to just not log into the game for a third of a day, wait for today, get easy points. So that is one way that you can get really good points. As you can see, you get 10,000 points for a legendary, but you get an extra 20,000 if it's a brand new legendary. And same thing with mythical. If you get a mythical during a CVC, that's 20,000 points. And if they're new, it's an extra 40,000. So like if you are getting ready to fuse your first Lady Mikage, you could get 60,000 points for CVC if you wait for personal rewards. I know, it's hard to be patient sometimes, but this is a patience game. Now, what else can you do? You can upgrade your champions. That's fine. Like, champion training is fine. I actually had to do a bit of it myself today, but it's not like the best way. You do get some points for leveling up, upgrading, ascending. They're okay points, but like, if you need to upgrade champions, you do it during whenever there is a champion training tournament or event going on. There happens to be one right now, so it's an okay time to do it. But still, like, I don't save up champ training for CVC. It's just not the best way to get points. But then we get to skills. Upgrade champion skills. This is the best way to get super easy, quick points in CVC. My absolute favorite way. Now I'm going to show you this. I did save this for the video. As you can see, I have 20 legendary books that I saved up, not spending any money in the game since last CVC. And this is a regular occurrence. I get somewhere in the range of 16 to 22 books, something like that per month as an endgame player. If you are earlier in the game, you can't save that many, but you can still use this strategy to get as many points as possible. Now, I happen to summon King Narses. White King Narses. Got him a couple weeks ago on Pity, because I almost always go to Pity on Void Shards. Bad luck with Void Shards, but high quality. So I'm gonna just max him out. 10 books, that's gonna get me 30,000 easy CVC points. I always save my legendary books, my epic books for personal CVC. Mythical books are even better, but unless you're a Kraken, you're not getting a ton of mythical champions. And so we need to book one more guy, Marius. He only needs 9 books. There's another 27,000 points. How about that? So just by booking those 2 champions, 57,000 points. I'm going to throw on an extra book onto Armand's. I want to fully book him out to get that extra buff and debuff chance on his A1 because he's such an important champion in this game. So there's another 3,000 points. Now, if you don't have a ton of legendary books, you still get good points for epic books. You get, as you can see, I have 38 epic books. They're super easy to get in the end game. I throw them on random champions. I'm gonna max them out. So she only needed 4 books, but that's 4,000 points right there. Who else do we have? I definitely want to put some on building a second Ferric in the Fat. So 12 books, 12,000 points. Great, great way of getting points. So I'm going to come back and do the rest of that later. But you see the point. You see the idea. Suddenly I'm up to 149,000 points. That might still have some updating to do. But such an easy way to get quick points. Now, is there anything else in the champions section? Yes, there is. Now you can upgrade your affinity bonuses. I can't do this anymore because I have maxed out my Great Hall, but you get great points for upgrading this. So do your arena battles and upgrade your affinity hall. Unfortunately, the area bonuses from Live Arena do not give you points. They should, but they don't for some reason. And the last thing under the champion objectives is getting souls. Now, I don't really recommend this either. Just like shards, you can do it and you can get good points for it, but there are better times to be summoning souls, particularly when there is a soulstone event or tournament going on. The best time typically is when there is a 2x chance of getting 5 or 6 star souls. So I wouldn't recommend that. Now, campaign, right now is a good time to do campaign. Not the best, but there is a champ training event going on, and you can see here we got double points for campaign. I did have to run quite a bit of that today. Part of my monthly quest, the 500 runs, I was falling behind on that, so I had to do a bunch of that today. Don't do potion keeps. I never do potion keeps anymore. Having played the game for 3 years, I get potions, and if I need anything on a higher level, I just upgrade them with silver. I never run my potion keep. It is a waste of resources completely unless you're a very early game. Minotaur, it is okay, but not great. It'd be better if there was a 2x event on Minotaur. I personally would not focus on Minotaur during CVC, especially if there's not double points available. Now, when we get to Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, Spider, they're all good, but Spider is by far the best dungeon to run. Particularly if you can beat Hard Spider 10, get 400 points per run. Now, I do a double run, so that's 800 points for 40 energy. It really adds up. If you have a lot of energy to spend, this is where you particularly want to spend it to get good CVC points. And then, oh, this is good. I was wondering about this. You can get points for beating the event dungeon. Get 400 points for beating stage 30. Now, not everybody can do that. That is a very difficult stage. But if you can get to 20, that's 200 points a run. Not too bad. I've been doing a lot of farming of this dungeon because you have to do a lot to get all those different accessories. So that's probably where I'm going to be focusing a lot of my energy over the next day and a half. Now, Sand Devil, again, double points. So this is a great time to run Sand Devil. Phantom Shogun's Grove, still good, but not double points. So not as good. Iron Twins, you should definitely save your Iron Twins runs from Monday to do them on Tuesday, and do them on Tuesday, Wednesday evening. That's 3 chances that you can do that. You can, that's a great time to be doing Iron Twins. Faction Wars, obviously great. If you can beat stage 21, you get 1,000 points per run. Like, not too bad. It's not huge points, but it's free points with no resources. So that's great. Arena is not great for getting points, not regular arena anyway. Tag team arena, on the other hand, is a great way, an absolutely wonderful way. If we go here, we'll check this out. We'll go to tag team arena. I'm gonna refresh that list. And let's see here. What's an easier team that I can whip through? Okay. So we're going to do these quick runs. And we're going to get super easy points. Now, you don't have to, but I do actually recommend using the gems during personal CVC to get extra tag team battles. Obviously, the higher you are up in tag team arena, the more points that you are going to get, and the more runs that you can do, the quicker it is. But basically, if I win all 3 of these battles, which I will, I'll get 555 points, I believe, for those 3 wins. We'll go ahead and watch my teams wipe out these one-man defenses. This is a great time because most people put in one-man defenses so that they can get easier fights during CVC. That's what I recommend everybody to do. And we are almost through here. We just have to get through an annoying Armons. I hate it when people put like Armons or anybody that just delays. Okay, so I actually got 630 points because I am in Gold 1. So I always try to get to the highest possible tag team arena that I can normally do for the personal CVC. I will drop down other weeks and build back up for the personal CVC week. Okay, so I'm at 168,000 points already, just like that. What else can we do to get more points? We go back to objectives, we scroll down, and live arena is okay. You do get okay points for live arena, but nothing amazing. But it's always good to do live arena for the other resources you get for it. Demon Lord is actually a nice, easy way to get free points. For every chest that you open, you get points. So I actually try to get all of the attacks in that I possibly can for each level. So I'm opening at least 4 chests, sometimes more per day for Demon Lord, because you do get extra keys if you are at least a tier 2 clan in CVC. So you can get lots of free points from that. And then when it comes to gear, these next 2 things come together: gear objectives and forge objectives. These are our last 2 areas. We don't care about using gems gets you 1 point each. That's nothing. We don't worry about that. But gear and forge objectives. So the first thing that I do is I save all of my forging for personal CVC. As you can see, let's just do one pull here real quick. And I got 50 points just for getting a 6-star rare. And got silver for it. So what I actually do is I save all of these special charms. I save them for perception, and even more importantly, lethal. So what I will do, I will use my rank charms, my rarity charms, my mythical charms, and let's say crit rate. So I want crit rate on all of my lethal gear. I will craft it, and we'll see what kind of points I got. I got 890 points just from a 10 pull. See if I got any good gear. Let's see, we got a 6-star epic with not the best. I want crit rate on basically everything, and I don't want rare. I don't particularly want 5-star, but if it triple rolls crit rate, like maybe, no. See, this is pretty good. It's got 5-star mythical, crit rate, crit damage. Speed would be nice. So it's not perfect, but crit rate attack, 6-star. If I triple hit crit rate, it's really good. So that's what I do. You get a ton of points from doing that. And then when you keep some of your gear, go to your champion. Let's see what we can find here. Now, there is not a gear ascension event or anything going on right now. So we're not going to be leveling up a whole lot of gear here. Let's see, what's new? Okay, oh, I need to sell all that. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's see if I hit a bunch of crit rate. Perhaps. See, level up to 12, what kind of points do we get? We got 260 points just for leveling it up to 12. It did not roll well, so I'm just gonna sell that. But if you have a bunch of gear that you desperately want to level up and you have plenty of silver, it's an okay time to do that, but it's much better. Last time, 4 weeks ago, I believe that we had a gear leveling up event, and that's a much better time to do it. But there's something else that is important to do for huge points during this time, and that is ascending your gear and enchanting your gear. So let's go to the White King, for example. I want more HP on him, so I can ascend him all the way to 6 stars, and that got me 1,550 points. So if you've been doing a bunch of runs on Phantom Shogun's Grove or Sand Devil, you can level up all your gear, but then you can also ascend, or you can enchant your gear. Like, say, I actually need to work on my Marius a little bit more. Let's say I want to add some speed to him. You can use glyphs. 4-star gets you 50 points. What does a 5-star get? That gets you 100 points. And let's go back. Let's go back to White King. Where can I use an HP glyph? Here we go. I want to get his HP stats as high as possible. It does cost a lot of silver, but you get 500 points. I'm going to try that again. It's a fail. I'm going to try it one more time. We got 7%, another 500 points. So those points add up really, really quick. So that is another great way. It is expensive, but you should be making a lot of silver from the forge, because you're going to be selling 98% of what you get in the forge, unless you're particularly early or early mid game. So I'm at 171,000 points. I still have a ton to do. I still have a ton of epic books to use. I still have a ton of forging to do. Let me double check there's nothing else in the gear. Yeah, you can use your glyphs. You can upgrade your artifacts. You can ascend them. And then you can craft. If you get a 6-star mythical piece from the forge, that's 1,000 points. So those points can really add up. And as I said, the proof is in the pudding. If we go to personal rewards, I'm tier 6, which means I got, let's see, if you look at tier 5, it ended at 328,000 last time. That's pretty low. Honestly, it's going to be much higher this time because of all the people that were saving up their Lokis. But, I will easily get to 400,000 points without spending money. I haven't spent money in this game over a year. I've only spent a little bit of gift card money ever. So this is something definitely achievable, particularly if you are later in the game. If you are at least late mid game, you're going to be able to get closer and closer and closer. If you're earlier, maybe you're not going to get those points without spending money, but you can still use the same strategies to get as many points as you possibly can. So I hope this video helped you out. As you can see, I still have a lot to do today for my clan versus clan. I've got to get to those 400,000 points, and I will. And so I hope that this video helped you out. If it did, hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll be back with more Raid Shadow Legends content. See ya!